Hello, everyone. Good evening. How are we all doing today? Can you please confirm that you're all hearing me clearly while we're all entering? Awesome. Thank you for confirming that you can hear me. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to class today. Hi, NM. Hello. All right, so I will. Hello, Esther. So I'll give every other person 3 more minutes to join. So we would resume officially by 3 minutes. So once it's 2:05, I will commence our lecture for week three. Four, I mean. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I hope we had an amazing weekend, and Monday is turning out to be lovely. So while waiting for others to join, can you please let me know in the comment section how many of us were able to complete all of the assignments that I gave for week two? It will be great to know that we had attempted the assignments and quizzes. I will have a look at it to see um, the efforts that has been made in attempting them. But I just want to know from everyone how the no, Olayinka Lola. This is not data analysis class. This is for virtual assistants. You're welcome to stay. No knowledge is wasted. Please, I can get the questions on my Canvas page. Nsuka Abasi, I don't think you're going to get the questions on your Canva page. I think you have to maybe open it in Canva. I don't, except maybe there's a process I'm not aware of, but I don't think you can get it on your Canvas page. Maybe you're talking of LMS. Comforter Omede, you said you're unable to submit. Miyakachi, I did. Miyakachi, why couldn't you submit? I would have loved you to submit. I mean, at least you attempted it. Adewumi, well done. I will check it out. Elizabeth, well done. Amiola, I hope I got your name well. Good day. How are you? Esther Lamide, well done. Said, don't worry, Abimbola. The assignments and quizzes for week 3 will be posted. All right, Sarah. Well done. Thank you for welcoming me back, Sarah. All right, so this is 6 minutes past 2, and I want us to just go right into it. This is week 4 of our bootcamp for virtual assistance training. This training is sponsored by Ladies in Tech for Africa. And so for week 4, we'll be looking more on administrative support. This week, our lesson objective is to understand the key administrative support tasks. This week, we're going to make sure that we get to understand what it is exactly when we say you are an administrative support person. As a virtual assistant, you're going to understand the key tasks that you're going to be carrying out. You're also going to learn email management and calendar scheduling. You're going to learn to manage your emails because you're going to be handling emails for companies, your personal emails. We want you to know how to properly manage emails and schedule meetings and events on your calendar. This week, you're also going to learn and master travel arrangements and reporting. So, as virtual assistants, not only do we manage emails, we also handle bookings for travels, check-in flights, hotels, and all of that. So, as you're going to master, at least you're going to have basic knowledge on how to prepare travel itineraries and report expenses that has been used by your company. You're also going to learn this week how to practice meeting coordination. That's going to be from your calendar scheduling. So let's say your client wants to meet with the team. You're going to learn how to properly coordinate meetings, schedule meetings, and prepare agenda. Because once you're as a virtual assistant, once you're on okay, so as a virtual assistant, once you're in a meeting, you want to take notes that the team or whoever it is that is leading the meeting can have something to look at, more like the minutes from the meeting. You're going to learn how to properly take um, meeting notes. So we're just going to go right into it today. And the first thing we're going to talk about. Okay, so I wouldn't be looking at the comment section. I would just concentrate and go right into the class. And then I would take out time later to go through the comments. So right now we're going into the class to discuss and learn how to understand your key administrative support tasks. So as a virtual assistant, administrative support tasks are the backbones of efficient organization. Basically, this is the being a PA, but virtually, like I explained in our previous classes. As a virtual assistant, mastering this task is essential to ensure smooth day-to-day operations for your clients, for your company. Now, you may be working as a freelancer, and knowing your key administrative support tasks would greatly help you ensure that you have a smooth day-to-day operation. So, administrative support includes and it involves various responsibilities, honestly, and all of this is aimed at managing time, communications, and resources effectively. Now, once your day starts as a virtual assistant, you're just going to go straight into the administrative, tasks. You want to check your emails and okay, so now key tasks as a virtual assistant is email management. I know spoken. I have talked about emails before. So as a virtual assistant, you must understand and excel in email management. That is keeping your inboxes organized, responding promptly to new emails, and filtering important messages to prioritize critical tasks. Now, there are some emails you are not in a position to respond to directly. You can now filter it by labeling it to bring it to your superior or your boss's attention to respond directly. Now, for email management, you want to try as much as possible to respond to every new email within 3 hours. That's the max of the life cycle for a response. The email you receive must be responded to within 3 hours. Anything after 3 hours, you have to apologize for late response. Another very, very important task of a virtual assistant is to manage calendars. You may be working for let's say, you can, for example, if you are a virtual assistant to a company that does events, you want to help them coordinate their schedules, book appointments for whatever event that is your service is needed for, and you have to ensure that your clients, that either your client or the company you're working for, that they never miss meetings or deadlines. Now, the thing with deadlines is deadlines can be tricky because from the company may experience some delays. But now, as a virtual assistant or as an administrative assistant, it's your responsibility to make sure that you do follow ups with the team to make sure that they do not miss this deadline. The third important key task of a virtual assistant is travel arrangement. You may be working for a client, your CEO, kind of nature of his job is always traveling and he's not able to, book his flights or sort out lodgings and all of that. That is your responsibility as a virtual assistant. He's going to give you the information you need, and then you will handle logistics like booking his flight, his or her flight, booking hotel, sorting out transportations, preparing, and then you prepare like a detailed itinerary. For people that are going to be working with, for example, celebrities um, or an event planner, or you just have to, if it has to involve travel handling of their travel logistics, you have to learn how to prepare detailed itineraries. Now, this itinerary is a step by it's a detailed document itemizing every task. It's more like a to-do list for your boss, because now you're going to have time and the action item he has to do around that time. So you're going to you have to master how to prepare itineraries so that you would keep your client, not just your clients, but your company travel hassle free, meaning they don't have moments in between their journey where they do not know what is going on. As a virtual assistant, you handle express reports. It also depends on the type of virtual assistant that you are. You might be a virtual assistant for an accounting company. Now you have to master the skill of tracking expenses. Every expense that is made that the company makes in the when they're trying to achieve a tax for a certain client or whatever, you have to track expenses. Every sales that the clients made, any purchase your client or your company makes, you have to track expenses. You have to organize receipts, because most definitely, as you're managing the emails, you're going to get maybe interact alerts emails, or you're just going to get receipts that will be sent that would show you that, okay, so a purchase has been made, or the this money was received for this purpose. You would learn how to track expenses, organize receipts. You would also prepare reports for reimbursement. Now, reimbursement is just to maintain financial records. Now, in the event where the client or the company spends more than was agreed, you have to make sure you have evidence that this had happened so that the the clients that are seeking your services will see like, oh, okay, yes, so they actually made these expenses towards achieving my service. Another more like the last crucial important task a virtual assistant is expected to understand and handle properly is scheduling of meetings, that's meeting coordination and agenda preparation. So you're going to schedule in the line of your job, you're going to schedule meetings, you're going to prepare agendas, and you're going to ensure smooth follow-ups with action items. Now, this you would for you to ensure smooth follow-ups is to maybe after the meeting, you will make sure that you follow up with each person, or let's say the when handling a project and there are some deliverables that your company or yes, most definitely your company is going to have to meet up to the client's needs. You have to follow up with people that are in charge of this to make sure that they are on top of the work. They are making sure that everything is being the deadlines it's being met. That is basically what ensuring smooth follow-ups is about. Now, when you master these tasks, that's the email management, calendar management, travel arrangement, expense report, meeting coordination, and agenda preparation. Now, I said those five key tasks. These are the key responsibilities of a virtual assistant. If you know those five very, very important tasks, you are able to have the basic knowledge of whatever niche it is. Like when you get a job as a virtual assistant, knowing these five tasks, at least you have an idea what to start working on before your boss or whoever it is that you're reporting to decides to now start assigning other tasks to you. So by mastering these tasks, you will become an indispensable resource for your clients, meaning that going to be like you're going to be highly sought after because you're helping them to stay organized, stay productive, and focus on their core responsibilities. Now, if you are assisting, if you are like an executive assistant to a CEO or you are supporting a team, you're going to be indispensable because you are needed for smooth day to day for smooth day to day operations. So yes, that's that about being of knowing the key tasks that should be handled by a virtual assistant. The next slide, we're going to now talk about so now we're going to talk about, sorry for the distraction. I was going through the comment section and I see um Joanne has okay, Joanne, you sent a question. Is tracking expenses and organizing receipts not the job of the account officer or department? So now, Joanne, the thing is, it depends on where you are working for or who you're working for. As a virtual assistant, you have to keep track because we're also collecting data for the company. Yes. Now, what if the company doesn't have an account officer or a department for accounts? What's going to happen? Would you tell your boss to go and employ? No. So you are going to do it until the work becomes too much for you to handle alone. And then he will, and besides, the tracking of expenses is not going to be so much of a task. It's just for you to take note of the receipts, have a data, or just take note of the receipts. And because most times the CRM you're using, it depends on, like I said, it depends on the niche that you are working from or working for. You just have to, like for my company, we have a system that tracks the expenses but I have to have a report that, so that your boss can see how well or how bad it is that you're doing as a company. You have to have a report. So I had to learn on the job. So I there will be no accountant officer. Most people don't, because it's not all the time that expenses are made. So having a department that sees accounts is more like the company may see it as waste. Olayinka is saying she can't hear me. Can we please confirm? Okay, yeah, somebody has confirmed. Thank you for confirming. Let's see. Okay. All right, thank you for confirming. So now we're going to talk about email management and calendar scheduling. Email management and calendar scheduling. This is going to be like the very first task you do as a virtual assistant, like the very first time you log in to resume work. Email management is the first. I don't know about other people, but that's the first thing I do when I resume work. I want to see what our email is about, who has sent email over the weekend or during closing, during the hours when I was not active. Now, the importance of email management is that this helps you, this saves time, because when you get an email, you don't just get emails from clients, you get spam mails too, and you have to organize them, set them in labels. That's the filtering. That's where email organization comes in. You have you have to be able to manage your inbox efficiently, because that saves time. That helps you prioritize the emails that need urgent response, and those that should just be, considered or brought to the attention of your superior. Now, this ensures that you do not miss important messages or communications or follow-ups, because in between clients can be funny, and I mean everybody has a time that he looks at his or her email inbox. So some people might, probably it's even 2 hours past past closing time, your closing time. So people would send so people send an email correspondence to a existing email, and you want to always go and check in for them. So the key points that's going to help you with your email organization is to filter and label. Now, in your email, when you go to Gmail, on the left hand side of the screen, you would see something that is called the label. You just use that to label your emails as they come in. You read through the emails and you would have an idea what the email is about, who is the email from, and then you label it accordingly. So if the email is it's a receipt from a purchase or from a payment that has been made, you label it as invoices. If it's a if it's a correspondence for an existing project that is on, maybe this email is from one of your managers and it's talking about an existing project, you can just label it as project and move it there. Over time, Google is going to be able to have a sense of the emails that come in, and then it would help you. That's if you're using Google, mind you, and then it will help you push the emails into the respective labels. Another that this is my inbox. This inbox zero strategy is what I use to organize my email. So this, you aim to every day, as much as you can, you aim to clear your inbox by responding, delegating, or archiving emails. So now you only actionable emails in your inbox. Actionable emails are emails that you can either readily respond to or address and close. So an email may come in and it is about requesting a follow up on a certain deliverables. that's something you can look at and give an immediate response. That's if you have an immediate response. And if you do not have an immediate response, you can just respond to the email by telling the clients that, okay, you're going to, the client should give you some time, you're going to check in with the team for feedback, and you would respond or follow up with the client. And as much as you can, try to give feedback regarding an existing mail or pending issue before the end of the day. If you're unable to give an immediate response, let the clients know that you don't have a response at the time, and you'll be able to do that by the end of maybe the next day. So you have to try to give them feedback that day so they know not to be waiting for feedback. Another email organization strategy is to do the email prioritization. Now you rank emails by urgency and importance by using tools like, so for me in Google, I use the priority inbox. And the priority inbox, Google has an AI settings that is able to read through it will be able to separate the spam mails and the important messages. It just looks at it, it probably just confirms where the email is coming from, and if it's registered, you see it just enters your priority box. And for Outlook users, people that uses Outlook, it's called focused inbox. So once you have that set up, it's going to, for every email that comes in, to just allocate them. And you'll just notice that there is, for me, it's important messages I see first. Some people, it's going to be priority inbox, and then also the new messages under the priority inbox. For those that are using Outlook, you'll see it under the focused inbox. Then response etiquette. Now, when you're responding to an email, you always, now we're going to, this is something you're very familiar with, to use professional language in your correspondence. You don't want to talk to your clients nonchalantly. You want to be calm. You want to maintain demure and be classy and professional when you're responding to your clients. Please use very professional tone, use a professional tone, and always respond. You see, that's what I said. Respond to all important emails that require a feedback within 24 hours. If you don't have feedback, just let them know you don't have feedback, or they should give you more time, and you'll be able to get back to them. Okay, so just before I go to the next slide, I want to just check for questions, and that's what I'm looking at. Somebody is saying my audio is low. Can you please confirm that my audio is fine? So Anastasia, your question is, sorry about the short but I tried after the class to leave on my inboxes, but I couldn't even when I tried to use the web form. Anastasia, can you please tell me what kind of email you're using? Do you have the app? Where are you trying to label your emails from? Are you using the web form? What email do you use? If you're able to give me that, I think I can be able to help you further. How do you keep zero inbox? Amiola, you will have to read through your inbox every day and respond to it accordingly. So if you get an average of 50 emails a day, you have to go through the 50 emails, read it, look at the title. If it's a spam email, you move it to spam. If it's something you need to respond to immediately, you respond to it immediately and it leaves your inbox. That's how you keep a zero inbox. How do you arrange your inbox? You, for this, Amiola, you have to go to you have to go into you have to go into your email and then get familiarized with the options that is available to you. And then once you're able to do that, you'll be able to arrange your inbox based off what I have just explained. Please, can you explain actionable emails? Actionable emails are those emails that require immediate response. For example, someone sends an email to inquire about your service. That's an actionable email. An actionable email can come in as, hello, I'm reaching out to inquire about this service that I was told your company or you provide. Can you please give me more information? That's an actionable email. Now the actionable emails are emails that require immediate response. As any email that demands that it requests immediate response, that's an actionable email. Okay, thank you for confirming my audio is fine. Thank you. How do you maintain zero inbox? You just have to keep reading and clearing out your emails. You always have to. Okay, so you use okay, so Anastasia is answering is okay. I use Gmail on my phone. Like I mentioned before, using any software on your phone that should be meant for a system has limitations. It has limitations. So it is there. Let me look at my phone. It is there, but it's going to be very, very hard to track. So, um, I don't know how I'm going to show this to you, but I don't know how I'm going to show it, but okay, let me explain it. So when you go into your Gmail, Anastasia, and you would see the three hamburgers, that the one that has the search in mail, those hamburgers are those three dash you see in front of search in mail, sorry, behind search in mail. Once you click on that, you'd see the heading Gmail, inboxes, important. You move down and then you see labels. When you see labels, you click on create new and then you create a label accordingly and start moving your Gmail or the emails into it. If you're using from a laptop, it's going to be easier to find because you're going to find it under compose and then you see the drop the options and you see something, you see labels, and then you can now add your label accordingly. I hope that helps. Yeah. So Oluwatosin, I understand you don't I don't like leaving my emails unread. That's a very good habit because you do not know. So um every time a friend of mine applied for a job and the response was taking time. She did a follow up, they did not respond to her, and then she got discouraged. And over time, she just stopped checking her email. And she stopped checking her email for a very long time. And then one day she decides to check her email. And then she noticed that just like probably because you're going to get a ton of emails every day. And then she realized that the company eventually responded to her and then they requested that she schedule a meeting for an interview and she did not see the email, and she was like seeing this email like 1 week after they had sent the email, and it was actually late because she followed up, she responded apologizing that she wasn't available at the time, and then they told her that, oh, sorry, as you did not respond, we gave the job to someone else. So as much as you can try to, even if it's not your company email, your personal email, just because, I mean, we're always applying for jobs. We do not know when they're going, except maybe some people that have, I will not going to lie, I'm not going to allow my email to, yeah, it gives me notifications, but not out loud. So once I just get a notification, I will just maybe check it by end of day or first thing in the morning. So I'm always checking my emails. So yes, Oluwatosin, it's good to not leave your emails unattended to. Adediji, please can you set your mails to show notification when yes, of course you can once you're on Gmail, just go into settings. I think you find the notifications and turn it on. Anastasia is saying the only labels I see are important, start, and spam. Just check down. You see something called labels, and then you to give you an option to add emails, to add labels. I mean, can you please show us example using a Gmail to label emails? Let me see if I can share my screen. I will do that briefly with Gmail, with my Gmail. Hmm. All right, so I want to respond to Ambimbola's additional's question that said I should show an example. Now I'm sharing my screen and I'm showing you what my this is my private personal Gmail. And now if, as you can see, it is set at important. Now for you to do a label, you come down here to labels. So now see, I know there's a question that came on enable desktop notification for Gmail. So it is already mine is already set up. So I just do an okay. Okay, no, it's not set up. So I don't like it on my laptop because I might be doing something and then it's going to be distracting. So I don't do that. So I'll just block it for now. But for those that want to that wants notification to be turned on, you say okay. So now for those that were asking about labels, this is your label here. So this is mine, the little labels that I have to set up. So now you set a label. For example, I want to do labels for the incubator. So I want to nest it. Now I don't want to nest it anywhere. Nesting means what should it fall under? Should it fall under this? That's the ALX or the notes. Now I do not want to nest it. I want it to be a label of its own. So now I have created the label, the incubator. Now everything related to the incubator, I want to move to this label. So I will select this guy here, this one here, this here, this here. I'll right click and then I'll label. Now I'm going to label it as the incubator and I will apply. Over time, anytime um, anytime I get any email from the incubator, it's going to show in my labels. So this is what I mean. Over time, as emails keep coming in, Google is going to recognize the pattern and it will start pushing your emails to the respective um, labels. Now, in the event where you don't want it to show in your inbox, in the event where you do not want it to show in your inbox, it has to show in your inbox because it's a new email. So it's going to show in your inbox and it would also be labeled as the incubator. Because when you open it, you see it here. It's going to be in your inbox and it's in the incubator label. So if ever you're looking for an email, maybe you get like 100 emails and you're looking for a particular email, you could just come to the incubator and then type the subject of that email and you'll be able to easily find it. So this is what I mean. So mine comes in important. So me, the important emails I receive, things like, myself, I send emails to myself, yes. Incubator, Google is really important. They identify themselves as important. So yeah. Now spam emails are from unidentified, shady looking emails. Yeah. So things promotions are always promotions from people like AliExpress is always taken as spam. And yeah. So socials, you get this socials are like, for example, LinkedIn is for your socials and then like see the promotions. So this are the categories. Categories are the ones that Google gives you by default to work on. So I'm going to stop sharing now. I hope that has answered that question. How do I check my DM on YouTube? Please help. Hmm. How do you do traveling arrangements, ma? Are you a day? We'll get into that. Don't worry, just calm down. Esther is asking, ma, for we that have disorganized emails, can we possibly arrange them in order? Yes, you can. Yes, I think I was like you when I had like my email, my Gmail was really messy. I couldn't track my emails. So I used the label system. It took me a lot of getting used to, but right now everything is being is organized. Please can you send this link to our Gmail address so we can join the class? How do we know spam emails? It's spam email. It's they are mostly promotions. People that are just random emails that it's going to show up in your spam once Google finds the email to be very suspicious, they'll just push it to spam for you. And then when you read the body of the email, especially when it doesn't concern you, it's a spam email. Is there a tool that can automate email prioritization, or does it has to be done manually? Adikemi, not everything can be automated, except you want AI to be reading through your emails. And it's not like that's going to be a problem though, but there are some things as a virtual assistant that should be kept confidential. You have to manage who knows the you have to manage who gets your company's information. Please, can we do a practical example for? I think I've done that already, Modupe. Taiwo, please. I have been trying to join but that's not for me. How do we do? We'll get to that day. Concerning the traveling arrangement, we will get to that. I think I've just responded to that, BK. Anastasia, I think it's something wrong with your Gmail. Probably just need to do an update. You have to read it too. Titi Lokbe, you have to just read through all your emails. Nobody's going to do it for you. Sorry. And yes, Oluwatosin, thank you for answering that. But you have to know what you have to read it, archive it, and delete it. So you still need to read your emails. Haven't done the labels. Am I to move or arrange my input into the yes, you have to do that, Amiola. That's the first time you're doing it. So you have to Gmail is like a learning machine. You have to teach it what if you want it to do. So yes. Eight higher good evening, ma'am. Please we're yet to get the notes from the previous classes. Are we gonna get them or should we stick to taking screenshot every time we have a class? Hey Taya, that's a very good one. Thank you for pointing that out. I will have make sure that the technical team takes takes the slides and shares it with you all so you can have your lesson notes. Please can I use my phone to do the labels? Yes you can. Where do I find the priority box? Please, it's in the label system. Just go into settings and you would be able to navigate your way from there. Hmm. All right, so we're gonna go to the next slide now. I think I've gone through the questions. Now we're going to talk about calendar management and scheduling. Now, from your emails, you will know if your emails, your calls, your texts, you will know if if you need to schedule or work on your calendar. Some emails are or might be requesting for meeting, and you have to manage your client's calendar to ensure that you have to manage your client's calendar to ensure that their time is efficiently planned, helping to avoid scheduling helping avoid to help to avoid scheduling conflicts and missed deadlines. So now scheduling conflict is where you schedule one or more appointments at the same time, the same day, or without buffers. Buffers are like breaks in between the end of the meeting and the start of a new meeting. I enjoy giving 1 hour buffer after every meeting so that I have time to do a water break, take necessary notes or make necessary notes or review the documents I need to review for the next meeting. So the importance of calendar management is to ensure that your client or your company their time is efficiently planned. Now, your company or your client, your boss, they would have their own private lives. So you want to help them plan for both because you don't want to schedule a meeting all the time when your boss or your client is not available. It's not going to be really nice. And that's where the whole scheduling conflict comes about, when your boss or the client or the person you're working for, when the when a meeting or an activity is planned against, maybe he has a family dinner by 8, and then you go and schedule a meeting by 7:30. That's not nice. It's my boss will kill you if you try it. So you just have to, be really careful so you should avoid conflict. Now, some best practices when you're dealing with calendar management and scheduling is to practice time blocking. So now blocking of time, you can block time on your Google Calendar. Let's see if I can share my screen with my Google Calendar so you can see what I'm talking about. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm. So you can block time. Some best practices to block time. Now block time for specific events, example, project review. So you want to block time. And when you block this time on your calendar, nobody has access to scheduling an appointment at the time you had blocked. Let me show an example of what I mean. One problem with this example I'm going to show you is that a means to I do not have a means to show you. Oh yes, the meet up where yes, the question was asked, what I have addressed. I am not going to address it anyway. So now the problem with sharing my screen is, sorry, this calendar thingy I'm about to show you. The only problem right now is that we cannot test it out because I don't have a system in place where. So now I want to. This is me clicking on. So today is Monday. I know I want us to take a break by okay, so my time is a little bit wonky. It's my work time. For September 8th, we want to do, let's say, project review. Project review. So it's a task, not an event. And if I want to repeat it, let's say it's a weekly task. I don't want it to be all day, but I can. So I want to, like, when maybe the frequency, maybe it's next week. I'm going to do the task next week again. Oh no, sorry about that. We're scheduling the task for today, and then we want to repeat it. Now, do we want to do it every Monday? Because today is a Monday. Do you want it to be every Monday? We can say it to be every Monday, and then you do a description to help you remember what this task is about. So So now when you do this, so you want to save this. Now, if I want to block this time, save repeating tax, this tax, just this tax, please. And yes, you have done this. Now, if you want to block off time, there is another calendar, that the accuracy calendar. I'm unable to show you that because I don't use it. But now that you have done this, you've set on your calendar. So now no one is able to do this thing. This is my private calendar, so it's gonna be hard to. Okay, so yeah, I think it's because it's quite set it to be a task. Well, let me see if I can move it to events. This is my task. Wait, let me do it again. Just the stacks. So it's an event. So we're going to set it as an event or more like an appointment schedule. Well, this is really new. Who hasn't? So this is an event. Let's say it's a meeting that I have scheduled with the Lita team, and it's going to be for 7:30. Well, the time has already passed, but my time is still here. So I want to repeat it every Monday. And then I'm going to add my guests, people that are going to be on the call with me, the Lita group. Then add the location. So that locations are not necessary. So now I see this notify 30 minutes before. It's something I had already preset in my when I was making my calendar. So yes, it is in your presets, which is I probably would just take it on this when I am going into more details. But this is definitely what your calendar looks when you're scheduling a task or okay. So this is a birthday that I had set. Anyway, so that's an idea of what your calendar is going to look like. All right, so we're back to time blocking. You block times for specific tasks, e.g., project review from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Now, recurring event. I think I showed you a little bit of recurring events. Most of my it's not. It's going to show up in your inbox and in the label that you have set to go. So in the events where is it same calendar? Yeah, it depends on the calendar you're using open day. So how do you block it? It's going to be in the main settings of your calendar of your calendar. When you're just figuring out the settings in your calendar, you'll be able to tell Google how you want time to be blocked. If it should be 1 hour in between tasks or 1 hour in between meetings, you'll set it from there. So now buffer time. I think I talked about buffer time. Buffer time is leaving time between meetings or tasks for preparations or travel. So sometimes in between tasks, you want to create buffer times to rest or recover from a previous meeting in preparation for a new meeting. Okay, can you add guests in the when you're trying to figure out when you're setting up the yes, it's through the it's not through the mail, it's through your calendar. When you're adding your guests, you add them through their email addresses. So for buffer time, you have to leave 30 to 1 hour in between your meetings so you can either travel or prepare for the next meeting. And you have to avoid overbooking. As much as we want business, we also want to give breathing spaces for ourselves to recover after meetings. So try not to be stingy with your days. Spread your meetings across the week so you can have time to efficiently address every um, every complaint or every complaint that your client or your whoever it is that's sending an email has reached out. Now, scheduling tools, Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, we use this to coordinate appointments and send invites. Jimox, I'm sorry, I don't use Outlook, but probably it's going to be named something. You just need to familiarize yourself with your mail system. Just check it, and it should be there. So scheduling app. So some scheduling tools are Google Outlook, and then some scheduling apps are Calendly or Doodle. I don't know any of it has. I don't know if you started making started attending in jobs application. You'll notice that they'll ask you to schedule to send in to like pick a date when you want to meet with them. So you do that on Calendly or Doodle, and you can automate the booking process by synchronizing your you can do it by synchronizing the Calendly app to your existing calendar or your email accounts. That way you are able to efficiently schedule your meetings. So now a question is asked: will the calendar mark the event tasks that has been done or the ones you missed? No, it will not do that. You will see the calendar app is not a to-do list. It's just there to remind you that you have an activity, and if you miss it, it's going to assume that you did it because it has done its job by reminding you. So it's now left for you to commit to attending to it. Now, adding of guests is when you are scheduling the meeting or the activity. It's going to be part of the questions that the app is going to ask you. It's going to be part of the question that the app will ask you. Okay, sorry, I'm just going through my notes to see where we are at. So now we're going to take a break. I'm sorry, we normally take our breaks by 7:50, but I spent a lot of time talking. So we're going to take a break now, and I will use the next hour for us to. Does reminder works? Yes, it does. I use my birthday reminders to remind me yearly. So yes, it does. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. I am back. Apologies that my break took longer. I had something to address in the background. I hope hello. I hope we enjoyed our water break and I hope you have your questions ready for me because the past hour I used to lecture. I want to use this I want to use the next 20 to 25 minutes to answer your questions. Now, if you have questions regarding what I have discussed so far, I am opening. I will now concentrate on the comments and read through your questions and answer them accordingly. So please send in your questions so I can use the next 25 minutes to address them. And then I can bid you all on your merry way to enjoy the rest of your evening. We are not able to take attendance. Technical team, can you please assist with attendance? Some of the ladies here are unable to access it. Can we please pin the link to the channel so that the rest of the ladies can sign the attendance? Hello, Esther. How are you doing? Do you have any questions for me? Hello, Chizawa. Can you please confirm that all that has been discussed so far has been well understood? And if not, please ask questions. How can we make travel? Nancy, I will address travel arrangements tomorrow. I cannot take all of the topics today. It's going to be too much, and your brain needs to decompress and, you know, absorb all that you have learned today. I don't understand time blocking. Honestly, for you to understand time blocking, you need to familiarize yourself with your email. You need to familiarize yourself with your email app and practice scheduling events or tasks. So basically, time blocking is telling Google because when you're scheduling your meetings or your tasks, Olabisi, I have a question, please. Where is the priority inbox located on Gmail? So you have to go into your settings. You have to go into your settings. When you go into your settings, let's see if I can find that. I did that a long time ago, so that's the reason why it's kind of a little bit difficult for me to recall. So if you're using Gmail, you want to go into your settings, quick settings, see all settings. And when you see all settings, it's going to give you an overview of everything that needs to be set in your Google. So now when you go into labels, you're going to see it, you're going to see Gmail, you're going to see labels, inbox, accounts, and imports. You're going to go through all of these pages and read through, and that will guide you to labeling or instructing Gmail to assist you with categorizing or organizing your emails. So a question says, can I use Outlook and Gmail together? Yes, you can use Outlook and Gmail together as long as you have Abimbola. I'm back. I don't know if I think it's your reception because I am back. The break is taking longer than usual, or am I the only one not hearing any sound but still slides? So I'm going to change the slide so we can all be at peace. So the topic for tomorrow that we're going to treat is travel arrangement and expense report. I think next time I'll just do a day two so we can all be at peace. So I do not want to just compile everything and give it to you in one day. I want us to be able to take it at a time, digest, and then prepare ourselves for the next day. Um, Abiola is asking, can one invite a guest who doesn't use the same email? Yes, you can. All you need to do is to enter the guest's email address, and the and your scheduling app will send an email to notify the person that he or she has been invited for a meeting. Um, so Esther is asking, does mail automatically delete itself after a long period of time? Yes, it does. If you set it to, it will. It will do that. Can't copy and paste for you guys. Hi Miriam, I'm sorry you're late, but today we talked about the key tasks of a virtual assistant. We discussed email management, calendar man. We discussed email and calendar management, and we talked about how email management is about keeping your inboxes organized, responding um, to new emails or pending emails in a very timely and prompt manner. We also touched on filtering the important messages and prioritizing critical tasks. We did that. And for calendar management, we talked about coordinating schedules. We did a demo on Gmail about booking appointments. And the essence is so your client never misses a meeting or a deadline. So I hope I've been able to briefly touch um, what we have talked about this morning. Class early tomorrow. I think I just did a recap, Jumbo. Esther is asking, I asked if I once forwarded some of my credentials to my mail. I opened it, going to find them permanently deleted, probably because they weren't saved in PDF, especially if this one is not. Okay, so now it depends on how long, and it's possible that there's a setting you're not aware of that clears your emails. Mm, you're welcome, Miriam. I can't access the attendance. Okay. Send in your questions so I can address them. I'm really glad that it's looking like we don't have so much questions, and so far everybody is clear with what has been taken. All right, Precious Empire, I will plead with the tech team to send you the notes. I have shared this with the tech team, and I will have them send it to you tonight. Tech team, please assist our ladies with the slides for today. Yes, so I just got confirmation that you will receive the slides for today. How do subsequent mails enter the labels created? It's a Google automation thing. Google just recognizes emails that has been set, and then it follows when you're moving the emails. BK, who is asking Jennifer, I'm back. And I just put in the slides travel arrangement for those that are asking questions concerning travel arrangements. Because when I have something to do. Lola, I kind of even did a show and tell. Yes, lovely. It's currently on travel management, travel arrangements, and expense reports because that's going to be the question we're going to treat tomorrow. I set it like this for people that are always asking me about travel related, travel arrangements questions. I would address that tomorrow because that in itself, it's kind of bulky. It's a bulky read, and I do not want to overwhelm you all with its content. So I that's why I addressed calendar and email management today, and then tomorrow we will go into travel management. So we have 10 more minutes for questions. It's the fourth week already. I don't know. All right. Nome, you are going to get the notes. The technical team is on it. For like me, I use Gmail calendar, but I still don't understand how to block an event. It's not block an event. You are setting a time. So one thing I think Google already has a system in place where if you are trying to set an event during a time that has already been allocated, it would let you know that okay, you're trying to set a meeting for a time that has already been allocated. Do you want to carry on or not? Now, if that happens, now the only way you'll be able to block off time is if you're using a software that's the scheduling apps now. So now your calendar is Gmail, and then the scheduling apps does the blocking for you. I hope that has explained that. All right, Grace. The team is going to um compile all the lessons from the week 1 down to 4, and we're going to send it to you. Please, when calendar schedule time is blocked, will it? No, it would not show on the recipient's email. Instead, it's just going to tell the recipient that you're unable. So, if the person wants to book a meeting, so for example, on Calendly, so the reason why I was unable to get it done on Google is because I have to integrate one of my scheduling apps. Well, I didn't do that to my personal, because I mean, it's my personal Gmail. So once you integrate one of the scheduling apps to your calendar, it's going to now ask you when you're now scheduling from the scheduling app, when you're like booking a meeting or something, it's going to ask you to probably block time. And once it asks you that, once you block time, for example, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., the clients would see as in so if they have like a list, an option of timing, you see 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. will not be available for the clients to book any call around that time. So I hope that explains that. All right, Falakemi, I'm glad I was able to address that. Okay, so Aishat, ma'am, I asked initially the difference between Google Calendar and Calendly. When you said is a scheduling app, I thought the Calendly is just another app for calendars. No. So the Calendly is an app that helps you schedule. It's a scheduling app basically. It's more like a calendar where you schedule the apps, but this time it's integrated with your clients. So when the client gets a reminder, you also get a reminder. And yeah, that's how that works. And you can from there you can embed the address wherever the meeting is going to be held. You can hold it from there, and from that app the client is either able to reschedule or cancel an appointment. Yeah, I hope that helps. How do we set mailing apps to automatically delete apps? You can set it to delete monthly, weekly. It's an option in Google. Just check it out. Like I said, get familiarized with your Gmail or whatever app, whatever mailing services you're using. Just be in the web and know how user interface how it's like. So we have 6 more minutes for questions. I like to always end my classes early. Please, I don't know how to submit the assignments. That was the reason why I missed the first assignment that was given to us. Be rest assured, Chioma, you're going to get grace periods for people that have sent their assignments or that missed the timeline. I have pleaded to the technical team to please give you a little bit of grace to submit your assignments, and you will be guided on how to do so. Now, as we are all quiet, I want to assume that we have no other questions. And if we do not have any more questions, yes, Lovelyn, you can resubmit your first assignment. Okay, everyone, lovely ladies of Lead. I'm glad I was able to do this with you all today. I want to let us off early because I too I enjoy the breaks. So, in the absence of any other question, how can we block time? Favor, you have to integrate your scheduling apps for you to be able to block time because the scheduling apps is the one that asks you to block off time on your calendar. I hope that's able. You're welcome, Treasure. Uma, the technical team is going to guide you to submitting your assignments. In the absence of any other questions, the class is going to end in 3 minutes. Oh, God bless you.